Dorado is one of many municipalities in Puerto Rico. It is known for its beaches, and its name means golden. The municipality gets this name because of the color of its sand. We chose Dorado because we were interested in the culture, the sights, the housing issue, and we knew somebody who lived there. But before we get a first-hand look at the municipality, we need to first observe the history.
Now, if we want to understand the municipality of Dorado, we first need to know about its history. It started out as a small fishing suburb in Toa Baja, but it later became far more prosperous as the primary economic source of revenue changed from fish to harvesting cash crops such as sugar and tobacco, which were in much higher demand since the Haitian Revolution. Dorado was separated from Toa Baja as there became a more apparent need to split the two as the population of both increased. And it was officially founded by Juancio Lopez Martin on November 22nd of 1842, but was rejoined for a brief period in 1903, back with Toa Baja, until eventually separated finally. Now, after the Spanish-American War, the economy stayed mostly the same, harvesting cash crops such as sugar, tobacco, and the like, until about the 1950s when the Rockefellers bought some land for 2 hotels and luxury resorts and whatnot. And the economy shifted from agriculture to tourism and would attract many tourists annually. However, by 2000, it was bankrupt, and it was also completely overgrown, and no one wanted to pay to fix it. So the government passed Act 22, later Act 60, to incentivize more foreigners to come to Puerto Rico and pay less taxes. Which, while it did help Dorado, and they were making money again, and thousands of people were coming each year to stay at the luxury hotels, and thousands of Americans were coming to live in Dorado, the increasing demand for huge houses led to the price for houses going way up. Nowadays, it is primarily dominated by rich Americans as a result of Act 60. So we will be interviewing, firstly, a Puerto Rican who lives in Dorado Beach East. Hello, I'm Colby Haldane.
And I'm Joseph Jimenez.
And you are?
My name is Joe Marquille.
Yeah, and he is a Dorado Beach East resident, and so we're going to be interviewing him some questions. So, what do you think about Americans and like other people moving to, like non-Puerto Ricans moving to Dorado?
That's a good thing. We have people from the States, we have people from Europe and all over the world. And it's good because you see different cultures here and talk to different people, different mentalities. And to me, it's a good thing. It's a good thing people have people from everywhere here living here.
Okay. And then the second question is like, what do you do for a living?
I have 2 clinics, 2 Mex clinics, and I'm the manager of the clinics.
Oh, okay. What kind of clinics are they?
It's ophthalmology clinics for eye doctors.
Oh, okay. And how long have you been living in Dorado?
I've been living here around 15 years, and
yeah. And then if you were to buy your house now, could you still afford it?
No. Prices here, they are on the roof. It's too expensive to live in here now. When I bought this house 15 years ago, it was more affordable. Now, if I moved to Guaynabo, I can come back here and buy a house because it's too expensive to live here.
So, like, how much would you say the prices have gone up since, like, you bought it?
Money-wise, a lot. I mean, I don't want to tell you how much money-wise, but yes, I would say like the houses here are like 3 times more than what I paid 15 years ago.
Okay, thank you.
After the interview, we were given a tour around Dorado East Beach. We were able to see restaurants and the beach itself and many other things you can do in the neighborhood. We also caught glances at rich people's houses, such as Logan Paul's, and we caught glimpses of houses that were uninhabited, most likely to be sold and capitalized off of using Act 60. Before leaving the neighborhood to eat, we were able to meet and interview an American who works in real estate in Dorado.
Our first question, how long have you been living here? About 3 years now.
Oh, okay.
We moved from Chicago. Okay. Quite by accident. I came for a buddy's wedding here at the Ritz 3 years ago, and on the plane ride home, I said to my girlfriend, I said, this place is amazing. You want to go to Puerto Rico? So we landed in Chicago. 47 days later, we bought 1 weekend and we came back. Right? Yeah. I mean, well, the tax incentives for Act 60 was the main, kind of driver behind it. But a lot of movies, yeah, your friends from childhood, everything familiar, like so. Kind of like a it's a lot to yeah, so it's easy transition. Although I did quickly, if I had, maybe I would have reconsidered.
Yeah. Moving a little back on Act 60, what do you think about it? What are your opinions on it?
So I know there's a lot of controversy, right? I know there's Go Home, and I'm sensitive to the people that live here, right? There's a rich history in Puerto Rico, and you got to be sensitive, to that. There's not enough information out there, I don't think, for the impact that Act 60 has. A lot of people feeling like you're coming here and just taking advantage, and you're benefiting from the tax advantage. But the impact on the island is huge. So not only the $10,000 donation you have to give to a charitable contribution, that's like the easiest thing. Most people exceed that. For example, there's an organization called Dorado Cares, and they do a lot for the community, like when here, they did a lot of cleanup initiatives, run a lot of water communities that were affected. Just the last 2 years, we donated over 5,000 ways to impoverished areas in Puerto Rico. We also went to the St. George Children's Hospital in San Juan, and we delivered waste to children in the hospital. So I think the number was last year, almost $30 million was impact collected from the Access community. So when my partner, we have I'm moving, you're impacting community, so that was the basis. The other has income here. It's been numbers from Occupied, and maybe 200 times the impact is meaningful. And that's the impact is Puerto Rico, the state, the U.S., and the banks don't even have any money to loan money, right? So now when Act 60 comes in, there's an injection of capital into the banking system, and now they can make a car loan to Mr. Rodriguez and make a home loan to Mrs. Ruiz. So there's a huge impact.
Well, thank you.
After the interview, we left Dorado Beach East in order to eat. And the food was good, however, we didn't really eat at much places besides this one. So, on the screen are some other restaurants that have been recommended through online travel guides. Finally, we made our way over to Central Square. We were able to see a church that had an older style of architecture, along with statues and trees that had a lot of cultural significance to the municipality. At Central Square, we were able to find and interview a local Puerto Rican.
Hello, my name is
My name is Carlos Leon.
Indian surrounding Act 22, or now known as Act 60.
Okay. I think a lot of locals feel that they're giving unfair advantages to foreigners to coming and living in PR that they're not granting to locals. That's I don't know if it's a benefit or not to Puerto Rico. People coming from different countries to live here, benefiting from this law. It may be an advantage because they may bring different ideas, different resources to the island. But that's how the locals feel about it.
Okay.
Probably already know, Act 60 is causing house prices to increase a ton. What's your overall opinion on that?
It's an undue advantage for foreigners, and it's creating a lot of resentment in the island because the locals are not getting that advantage. I'm saying that's the opinion of a lot of locals.
Yeah.
And then,
What do you think about it all? Like, are you just unsure? Or?
It's hard for me to formulate an opinion because, as I said, I think a lot of people from different countries may benefit the island with the different ideas and resources and whatnot. So that may benefit the island in an indirect way. But I would like to see some of those benefits, such as those, applied to the locals.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's my opinion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
After the interview, we went and looked around Central Square.
Of the three main cultural groups of Puerto Rico, it being the Spanish colonizers, the Taino natives, and the imported African slaves.
The last thing we saw before leaving was a mural of Juan Bodilla, a Doradeño and a singer who was well known back in his time. Looking back, there was a lot to see and do in Dorado. There were a lot of positives and negatives about the municipality as well. I'll give the final score an 8 out of 10 because while there are really big downsides, there's still a lot to enjoy about the city.